Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, what I want to talk about this True Kitchen and Cocktails Dallas restaurant situation where the owner had to actually um, had to actually uh, what I'm calling educate black women on how to behave in his establishment. Basically, what he had to do is um, he had to cuss him out. And he didn't cuss him out. So if you haven't seen the video, I'll put the link in the comment section. Or I'm new to this YouTube thing, so I'll put the link in there so you can see it. But apparently, there were these women in this restaurant, popular restaurant in Dallas. Uh, you know, they play music, but it's not a dance club. It's just a restaurant that plays our music. Black people music. We like rap, hip hop, R&B, whatever. So they play that type of music, and apparently somebody was celebrating a birthday, and they wanted to turn up, and the restaurant owner had to basically tell them, turn down. This is not that type of establishment, right? He was like, if you want to go twerk, in ABC restaurant or place, go ahead, but you're not gonna do it here. He's like, hey, I don't need your money. I don't need your business. I don't want that here, right? And you have people out here that are like, how dare he talk to these women like that? Um, you know, he didn't have to cuss them out. He didn't have to single them out. Well, first of all, those women disrespected his establishment by carrying on like that, right? And let me just go on record as saying any black woman who twerks in public, that is not in a gentleman's club or strip club, that is not in a fitness studio, or in an environment where it is designed, some kind of fitness class, or the third one is in a club. Those are the only three places, black women, you should be shaking your ass. Okay, it should not be in public just because you hear music. It should not be on a plane. It should not be in the airport. It should not be in the mall, in a store, in a grocery store. It should not be on some fruit on the ground or an animal. I mean, it's ridiculous that we have to have this conversation, but we do in 2020, and it's only getting worse. I just, it baffles me that women in my generation are out here doing this shit. It baffles me that children are doing it. But what I'm really surprised is when it's older women. It's disgusting. It's disrespectful. I mean, it's just so many things. And let me educate some of y'all before you come on here and say it's part of the black culture, it's part of what it is a part of the African culture. And there's reasons why they were twerking, right? There's reasons. There's different cultural reasons why they would dance and why they would twerk when they danced. They didn't do it all the time. It's not something you just get up and just start twerking. You're going on a hunt and you just start twerking. You going to clean some dishes and you just start twerking, right? The reasons why they do it today. I am just sick and tired of this shit, and I'm tired of people justifying it, saying it's part of the black culture. It is not. Okay, they didn't start twerking all over the place until like 2 or 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, they were twerking in the club, in a fitness studio, and in a strip club. Those are the only three places that they were twerking. Now it's all over the place. You know why? Because now it's become mainstream and people want attention. And how do you get attention? You shake your ass. Well, I can tell you what, any of you black women that are shaking your ass out there, you ain't getting no attention from me. Not the attention you want. You know, I consider myself to be a black king and I carry myself accordingly. And there ain't no way in the world my woman, my queen, would be out there in these streets just twerking all over the place, and I would be okay with it. Nope. And I don't know too many other kings that would be either. If you look at other cultures, right? Look at other cultures. White men see their women acting like that, they put them. No. We're not doing that. Asian man see his girl. No. What you doing? No, we're not doing that. I can't say Hispanic because I don't know what goes on in the Hispanic community like that. But I can tell you what, none of the Hispanic people I know be twerking like that, carrying on. And I live in Florida, so that tells you I'm right in the mix of it. It is more Hispanic people here out, unless you go into Texas or California. There might be more, but those 3 states have the most. I'm here, Hispanics. Like, I don't see it, right? I'm not trying to go in on the sisters. Like, I'm going in on the women that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going in on all black women. Black women need to be. I'm not seeing the message from the black women. Hey, stop this bullshit. Where's that? Like, this has gotten beyond ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous. And now it's time for, people to say something. And I'm going to say something. I don't have a platform yet, but, situations like these, I'm going to voice my opinion. And it's ridiculous. This is ridiculous that we even have to have this conversation. It's ridiculous, right? Matter of fact, let me see if I can't, while I'm trying to figure out how to do it, insert the video here. I'm just gonna show you guys if you can see it, right? You want to do it? Get the fuck out of my restaurant. Now, he said that after he had already warned them 2 or 3 times to stop. And these black women act like they couldn't control themselves, right? Like, just gotta twerk, gotta twerk. I can't control myself. I'm gonna twerk. I gotta twerk my ass. Like, ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no woman, man, nobody who can tell me that in any circumstance that was justified what they did. I mean, a lot of people are coming at my man saying he didn't have to use that language, he didn't have to single them out. But guess what? Like, those women disrespected his restaurant. He had some patrons, some customers that were like, yo, what's going on here? Like, I didn't come here for all that. And so he had to defend himself. Like, hey, I told y'all before, because he'd already talked to him 2 or 3 times, and it's on video. Just Google it. They got the whole video. They posted it. I told y'all 2 or 3 times to stop. You didn't want to stop. Now let me give y'all some. Let me talk to you in some language maybe you could understand, which is get your ass up out of here if you don't like what my rules, right? And I stand behind that, King, 100%. 100%. Them black women don't know how to fucking act. And I'm tired of those black women giving other black women a bad name because they can't act. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to behave themselves. They don't even know what class is. Having class as a woman used to be standard in the black community. If you didn't have nothing else, you had class. If you didn't have nothing else, you had class. Now, there's no class, no self-respect, right? I mean, where are their mothers at? Do their mothers even know what they out here doing in the street? Their fathers? I wish I would have a daughter. I don't care how old I was. She could be 20 years old right now. And I would tell her, don't you do that shit. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Because you're gonna be disrespecting me and your mother and all your other ancestors that paid the ultimate price, but they did it with class, dignity, and self-respect. You're not about to be out here disrespecting their legacy. It's not gonna happen. I'm just surprised I haven't seen more backlash coming from women, because the backlash I'm seeing is from women on the restaurant owner. Oh, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have. Let me tell y'all something. This hip hop culture is not hip hop, right? It's called ratchet culture. Hip hop culture was KRS-One, right? Public Enemy, right? That was hip hop. This shit now is ratchet. It's pure ratchetness. And it's been evolving since the KRS-One, since the Public Enemies, Run DMC. It's been evolving. First, then it went to rap, more, but not gangster rap. Didn't go gangster rap. It kind of evolved. It went from, Public Enemy, and then it kind of went to Snoop Dogg, and you had 50 Cent and all them coming out, right? And then it went to the gangster rap, right? And now we're just stuck on pure ratchetness. I feel sorry for the owner. I don't feel sorry for those women. If I was him, I would ban them for life. You don't know how to act? Don't worry about coming back. Don't worry about it. I can't, because you know what? The people who came there for the first time and they saw that, let's just say they left before he had a chance to rectify the situation. And they're not on social media. So they don't know what's happening, right? They left thinking, man, that's a ratchet, place. I thought it was more respectable, It was a nice place, nice atmosphere, but these women, turning into some kind of strip club. So he had to defend his, he had to defend, his reputation. And that's why he did it for everybody to hit, like, hey, look, I've already warned them. They didn't want to. So listen, now you about to get it. And he was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it or not. Take your ass out to somewhere else. You're not going to do it here. And I'm glad he used that language, because guess what? Sometimes that's how you need to talk to black people. You don't get the point until you get the point. Once that black man had reached his level, he's like, yo, I'm not playing with y'all no more. Either you're going to either you're going to behave like everybody else in here, or you're going to take your ass out. And I'm surprised he didn't say, you got two choices. You'd be walking out on your own volition, or you'll be escorted by the police. So have it your way. because you're not about to do that in my establishment. Not happening. And people are saying, well, as a business owner, blah, blah, blah. Hey, as a business owner, he knows his clientele and he knows they aren't his clientele. And for those ratchet women who are taking up for these women, hey, if I'm ever in Dallas, I know I won't have to worry about y'all because you're saying, hey, y'all won't spend your money there. Great. I don't want to have to see y'all twerking on the wall and the windows and the chairs if I'm at a restaurant. I don't want to see it. So if this is your deciding moment and you're like, hey, I'm going to support the women who are twerking on the tables and the chairs and the walls and the windows, yeah, go ahead. I want you to. Because then at least I know I don't have to worry about you being there when I'm there. And that's how I feel about it, and that's all I got to say. Peace.